How do you cope with the existential dread of the universe? Okay, let me make sure I understand what this is. Existential dread. If you feel despair and uncertainty when you think about your life, you're experiencing what some may call as existential dread. And oh, that's weird. So existential dread creates anxiety, loneliness, lack of motivation, and obsessive thoughts. That's so weird. For me, when people ask me like if I have any anxiety coping tips, I recommend existential dread. Should I stop recommending that? How does anything make you less anxious than the idea that everything's gonna disappear and nothing matters? That's how I calm myself down. I'm not gonna be remembered. You're not gonna be remembered. The sun's gonna explode. I'm going to die. You're going to die. We're all gonna turn into dirt. Nothing's gonna exist forever. All of this will end. Nobody will remember anything. So why do you have to? That's how I calm myself down. Because it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It also causes depression. All right, I understand that. Like, you may feel guilty. Wait, what? Please never take a job working for a suicide hotline. I've talked to the suicide hotline, not for myself, but because I ran a Minecraft server. So there were so many gosh darn suicidal kids leaving their suicide notes in my Minecraft server when I was a kid that I was like talking to the suicide hotline every other week because I needed advice. So it's like these kids, they leave this legitimate like 4-paragraph suicide note in my Minecraft server. They're like 13 years old. And I'm like, it's like this kid just like, he knows where his dad's shotgun is. He's going to use it in 12 hours. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to talk to the suicide hotline. They are the most useless people I've ever talked to. Their advice is remind him that he has so much to live for. That was all the advice one of them gave me. This kid's about to kill himself, and they tell me to remind him that he has so much to live for. You know what? I'm going to get into that in a separate video. It was a whole experience. So existential dread is good, is my recommendation. You're never going to get rid of it. So use it to your advantage. That's good advice. You know what? I'm not even doing the poll because 100% of you are going to say that that was good advice. And I don't need your... Okay, I'll do the poll. Suicide hotlines are people that... Yeah, I think they're volunteers. That's bad though. So you said I wouldn't expect anything amazing. Imagine literally you see one of those ads and you're like, you know what, I'm going to give it one more chance. I'm going to call this one person. Because my understanding is a lot of people like have one. Okay, so from people I've talked to, what a lot of people do while deciding about their life is they look for a sign, and the sign is either a yes or no. And so what my understanding is, some people will take like the last person they talk to, if it's a good experience or a bad experience. Why would you have it be a volunteer hotline if this is the final decision that's controlling people's lives? Basically what I'm saying, all my homies hate the suicide hotline. In my experience, it sucks. No, so if someone came to me and they were suicidal and they asked if they should call the hotline, I'd say, no, you're wasting your time. I called a suicide hotline in 7th grade and told the girl, I cut myself so bad I couldn't see the skin on my forearms anymore. The girl on the phone got annoyed and said, quote, that's not something to brag about. I've literally never had a good suicide hotline experience, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a waste of money if you're donating to this. You're unironically better off talking to me, and I have the worst advice, actually, humanly imaginable.